yesterday launched the lenacapavir injection, which is the pre-exposure prophylaxis for HIV prevention in Benue State. It was launched yesterday. Okay. According to the Commissioner for Health and Human Services, Dr. Paul Oguche, he described the official launch as a historic turning point in Benue State's HIV response. So I don't want to go deep into other things that he said, but it's a good move. And let's see how it's going to turn out. The response, of people, from that zone is actually going to turn out. And then we are also getting the information all the way from Lagos that the Lagos state government has disclosed that the state needs about 40,000 medical doctors to adequately cater for its growing population, but currently has only about 7,000 doctors in the system. That means that they are lacking over 33,000 physicians. Did you hear what I said? I want you to open your ear. This is Lagos alone. Lagos State alone. We've not talked about Kanu that has another, high population. We've not talked about where is highly Sokoto, those places that are highly populated. Imagine Lagos alone having 7,000 doctors to cater for millions of Lagosians. And now they are in need of extra 33,000. So he said, according to the Commissioner for Health, Lagos State, Professor Akina Bayomi, he made the disclosure yesterday, and he said that this additional 33,000 health personnel will help bridge manpower gap in the health sector. Now, he went on to quote that for every doctor they have in Lagos, these doctors do the job of 10 doctors. For instance, one doctor does the job of 10 doctors. I want you to know what that means. So to tackle brain drain and to tackle all of these issues, Abayomi is saying that the government should do something urgently about it. And I agree with him, not just in Lagos, even here in Imo, in other states, in the southeast, in Nigeria at large. We need more medical doctors to be in the system. Yes. So how do we do this? We need to encourage students to go into medicine and not just study medicine. What incentives will you put in place to attract them? Yes. Because almost all the young doctors that I know have plans to leave the country. Yes. So we have to really tackle it from its roots and put our healthcare system, in check, do the right things. And trust me, these people would gladly want to stay. Yes. None of them will want to japa or run away from the country. Okay, so let's go over to the topic for today. And wow, this week I don't think we've talked about anything that has to do with mental health. No. Okay, so it's not out of place to do justice to this, and it's timely because yesterday evening news filtered in. For people who are social media savvy, you must have come across that information that people around Eziobodo, Ihiagwa, were actually attacked in Imo State. Well, the information we got, let me read it out, how it came to my phone. Okay. And it says, please check on your loved ones around Eziobodo, Ihiagwa. Okay. Reports indicate that the area was invaded yesterday night by armed bandits. Everyone is advised to stay alert, remain indoors when necessary, and maintain contact with family and neighbors until the situation is taken care of by security authorities. Now, this was the message I got early hours of this morning. I didn't see it on time until I got to work this morning. Okay, so I had to reach out to one or two people at Eziobodo to ask them the situation of things, right? And let me shock you. That information is very true. Very true. However, let me read out the message that I got. And it says, for the records, these Fulani bandits in recent times have been attacking, kidnapping innocent people for ransom. Most Okada riders and their passengers are their victims. Locals in those areas are afraid of going to their farms to farm because of the presence of these terrorists in the bushes and in the area. Then he went on to say, however, we are safe. The information is true, but it is not as bad as reported. The local vigilante and youths in the area promptly confronted the situation. Also, the police and the army were contacted, and they rapidly responded. Now, the area is relatively calm, yes. However, we still need the presence of government security forces in Eziobodo and Ihiagwa area to secure the lives of people. The local vigilante should be well equipped to police those communities effectively. And then he says, as more events unfolds, he will update me. This is from a reliable source. Reverend Ambassador Charles Weme, a bona fide citizen and indigene of Eziobodo. He sent me this message. So it's actually very, very true. Now, before we go ahead to talk about the topic, I want you to use your eye to see. Go to Facebook right now, Echo FM 100.7 Owerri, and we have some clips, some clips that, you know, filtered in yesterday, and in fact, I am shocked to my bone marrow. What I can see with my eye right now, I am very, very shocked to see videos of people attacked at Eziobodo yesterday night. Let's see if we will also bring you the audio while we play the video. All right, please stay tuned. Don't go anywhere.
Now, and I'm not getting up now like this now. They put him in this small boy now. They put him in this small boy. They put him in this small boy now. Just that now, the Fulani, I got for the 50. No, they're close to Jamel. They don't keep it close to Jamel. Gale ko nte mado juru na dam Jamel. Close to Jamel there now. Gale ko nte mado juru there. Just imagine all the security. What are they doing now? Because no one is there now. Jamel he make there now. Just imagine that nte Fulani batala n'Eziobodo. Just imagine. Gale ko nte mado juru there now. Right as I'm talking to you. I said they not there for that road plate. Hey. First station called Peculiar First Station at Umoko Junction. So I saw many bikes parking along the road. So I told my passenger that we should wait. Let's confirm what is happening. They said Fulani men are blocking the road. So my bike man said no, that we don't think that Fulani men are along that road, that we should go. I insisted that I'm not going. So he forced me that we should go. So I moved the bike. Along the road, as I was going, there is a place at Ihiagwa, Eziobodo Express Road there. So when I get to that little bush at the bending corner over that road, I crossed the place. I saw a bike lying on the road. So I asked my passenger that, let's stop and turn back. That this bike might be someone that has been attacked along the road. He said no, that we should be going, that already we are close to Eziobodo. I said okay. So when we moved from that place, we now get to the point where they stopped solar lights. There is a place that they mounted solar light and they stopped over. The NDDC solar light and they are stopped over where they stop it. So I don't. No, this is not in Eziobodo. So not in Ihiagwa bush again. This is not in Eziobodo facility. So two boys ran out from the bush wearing black and wear arms. What they wanted to block, due to my speed, I have to chase them with my bike. So both of them jumped inside the bush. The one outside the bush now shot me with gun. Closely to the first station called Peculiar First Station at Umoko Junction. So I saw many bikes parking along the road. So I told my passenger that we should wait. Let's confirm what is happening. They said Fulani men are blocking the road. So my bike man said no. How far? Good. Am I? Child. Are you there? Also, so the road on Yamega also be so Bumezala. How far? Good. Am I? Child.
This is terrible and sad to watch. For those of you who actually couldn't go to Facebook to watch those videos, let me paint a scenario so that you would understand what is going on. A very small boy. I believe from that video, that boy is less than 5 years. He should be around 4 or 5. Was hit on the head with a machete. Deep cuts. That is one. And then from the other video, we can see a young man lying in the pool of his blood, and he was cut close to the groin. Groin is big grammar. Close to his private parts, lying on a hospital bed. And then the last one that we actually played out is a video of a young man who was shot in the head. He was so lucky he escaped death just by whiskers. Little, just small thing like this if I don't die. All of these things happened yesterday evening in Imo State, Eziobodo. Now, I'm not saying these things because I want to say it. I'm saying it based on credible information that I have. And I know you're asking, what's the link between these attacks and what we want to do on Health Revolution? It's not a political program. Yes, I know, but it has every link. Because just yesterday, psychiatrists raised the alarm. And they said that rising insecurity is pushing more Nigerians into depression. Not me, I didn't say that. Psychiatrists, qualified psychiatrists in our country are now concerned. According to them, the number of patients they get to see every day, they come in not because of genetic factors anymore.
No.
Not because of emotional trauma.
No.
Maybe from relationship or one thing that happened in their environment.
No.
Majority of the patients they are now seeing with depression and anxiety is as a result of insecurity. It calls for concern. How many years ago it was not like this? Yes, we had some level of insecurity, but this time around it is alarming to think that these people go around with their bikes, go into the bush, and go into communities with weapons, and they wipe people. How will you sleep? How will you sleep?
Kai.
Now it's at our backyard.
See, backyard is right under our nose.
Under our nose. Where is Eziobodo?
Hey, God.
Very close to Futo. Imagine a mother in Abuja that has a son in Futo
there,
or a daughter in Futo. I'm giving you a typical example right now. Do you think she will be at peace?
No.
Or a father in Abia who has a child in Eziobodo or in Futo? Hey, do you think they will be at peace? And then every night they are sleeping and their mind is where their children are. That is what anxiety and depression can do to people. It's so bad. And the most alarming thing about all of these things we are saying this morning, for instance, a thief was caught close to where I live 2 days ago. Now, this young boy, unfortunately, is from the southeast this time around. He's not all of those people that go around, doing iron condemn and stealing people's things. He actually hails from the southeast. And then he went into the zone of some people from the north, went to steal in their camp, and he was caught and beaten mercilessly. Now, do you know what shocked me? At the middle of the night, 3 a.m., 4 a.m., when this young boy was caught, the information I got is that the number of people living in that camp is alarming. I'm not trying to castigate or segregate any tribe in Nigeria, no.
Yeah.
But I'm making a point.
Yes.
Most of these bandits go into communities and they mix up with people that can speak their language. And then it makes it difficult for us to differentiate between the bandits and the actual northerners. The information I got was that the young boys who came out from that camp that day were over 40 at night. Now imagine, I don't want to mention the area for security reasons, and I will not mention. Now imagine other places in Imo State
where they have
positioned themselves. And any day they blow the whistle, God knows what is going to happen. And then you tell me that we are fine. We are not fine. Right after I got that information, let me shock you, I didn't sleep the rest of the night. I was scared. And I kept asking myself, what would happen if these boys all of a sudden just decide to attack or do something? Where will I start from? Where do you even want to run to? You see what they do in Benue. You see what they do in Plateau. When they attack, they burn down those houses. So where do you want to run to?
They don't even look at faces. They just swipe.
They don't even consider age. Children are involved. Toddlers.
Even unborn children.
Unborn children. Pregnant women. The elderly. You saw the attack that happened. Was it in Kwara? Beware. In Ilorin. I can't remember the state now because it's off my head. In fact, I've stopped keeping records. It's so disheartening. In that video, I know you all saw that elderly woman trying to run for her life. Do you remember?
Yes.
So in this case, nobody is left out.
What is happening?
What is happening? Don, if you ask me, who will I ask? That's a $1 million question. So now psychiatrists are raising the alarm, and they are saying that if something is not done about it, you have a situation whereby a lot of Nigerians go about looking healthy, looking fine, dressed in, fine clothes. But inside, we are now beginning to see people coming up with mental illnesses that were not there before. It calls for concern. Okay,
the former president of the Association of Psychiatrists of Nigeria, Professor Taiwo Obindo, has warned that the increasing economic hardship and rising insecurity in the country are pushing more Nigerians towards developing mental illness, including anxiety and depression. He further stated that the increased treatment costs and poor availability of mental health services were driving several persons diagnosed with mental illnesses away from orthodox care and towards alternative healers.
Okay, so it's not just to diagnose it as the problem now. Some people are even living with it and they do not know. Now, he went on to say, with the insecurity, economic woes, unemployment, underemployment, loss of jobs, relations being kidnapped, and many people killed and so on, a lot of Nigerians are distressed. And quite a number of them are beginning to develop mental illnesses. Now, he further noted that Nigeria's 65 million persons living with mental illness could increase due to insecurity. Did you hear the number? 65 million Nigerians are living with one form of mental illness or the other. And now we are having insecurity. It's going to increase. So whether we like it or not, according to the professor, 20 to 25% of the general population have one mental illness or another. So that means that if you put 4 people together, one person out of those 4 people, or more than one, will have a mental illness. And he says this is what they are seeing in their clinic and in their hospital. And it calls for caution. It calls for concern. What do we do? I know that the issue of insecurity is all over the globe.
It's all over.
It's all over. But I also know that if we try to nip it in the bud early enough, I don't think it's going to escalate like we have in the north. For some reason in the southeast, we are enjoying some form of peace because we also have our own internal security, vigilante, groups. Yes.
That nipping in the bud.
So how do we nip this in the bud? What do we do? For some reason, in fact, for some days, I had to mute my notifications. Why? Bad news. Every minute, bad news. If it's not Alex Ekubo dying, it is people getting killed in Plateau, people getting killed in Benue, people getting killed in Kwara. What is it? What?
And we have a government.
And we have government. What is going on? So we are coming from the angle of the effect these things could have on our mental health. That's what we are trying to say. And we're trying to let everyone know it's time for you to start to protect yourself mentally. I will tell you how you can do that. Okay? Now, according to the professor, he also explained that mental illnesses range from anxiety and depression to other things like bipolar disorder, substance abuse, schizophrenia, and others. And then he said something just like I said.
Yeah.
Most of these sufferers dress very fine.
They look good.
They look very good. They don't look like the people you see under the bridges looking tattered.
Yeah.
So it's difficult to diagnose,
To tell.
But imagine half of the population in Nigeria sleeping with one eye closed every night because you're scared. I know of someone whose family was kidnapped along the Ngokbala axis last year, December. Till now, as I speak with you, that young man, life has not remained the same. His family, he's still traumatized here in Imo. In fact, the woman she swore that she will never go back to her village because of that experience. I know of someone who was also kidnapped close to the Akwakuma, what do they call that thing? Flyover. These are danger zones. And security agents know that these are danger zones. What measures have been put in place? What measures? We have policemen who stand around those areas, right? Ordinarily, it should be for stop and search. Is that what they are actually doing in the actual sense?
No.
Is that what they do?
No.
I was going to Amakoya the other day, and I was amazed at the hold-up, the traffic.
And you'd be wondering if it's a jammed car.
Okay.
Or maybe something happened. No,
Thank you.
It's a different thing entirely.
And I thought maybe a vehicle broke down, only
Yeah.
for me to get to that point, and I saw some men, security men, standing, and I'm like, what's going on? So
you can't even speak
I
out.
don't even know what else to say. I don't know what else to say. But these things happening to me, I don't know if it's also happening to you. How do you sleep at night? The moment you hear, boom, it's not a laughing matter.
At all.
Any slightest sound, how do you
That is the
react?
word.
I want us to talk about it. How do you even react? Let's assume it's not even gunshot.
Even if
You just hear a sound that mimics gunshot. At that moment, what starts to come into your head?
Or movement.
Or you hear people screaming. What comes to your head at that point? That is the level we have gotten to in Nigeria, in Imo State. God help us. So let's open up the phone line and hear what people have to say.
Yeah.
The issue of insecurity, has it gotten to you in any way? Mentally. And what measures have you put in place to help you so that you don't die of hypertension one day? This thing sounds basic, right? That's what we say all the time.
But it isn't.
It is not basic until the day something bad will happen in your environment. Then you understand what we are trying to say.
It has been alarming since it has been happening in the north, and now it's actually right in front of us.
Terrible situation.
God.
All
have
right,
mercy.
let's open up the phone lines.
And the phone line to call is 0911 20022 0707 454 1014.
Okay, try as much as you can to call us this morning. We are also live on Facebook at Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. All right, and we lost that one.
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah.
You're welcome. What's your name, please?
My name is Uzomo Okengwa from Kachakabo.
Okay, Uzoma, you're welcome.
How you doing now?
Ade.
Go ahead.
You know, this is our country now. I don't know. The need security for this country. Kidnapper everywhere. Killing, no, everywhere. What's happening now? What did happen now? We put security on all the whole Imo State and all the whole Nigeria. Everyone I see myself, person go from that side come back now. They call kidnapper. You know good now. What's happened now? I'm gonna try you because I'm try. This is don't pass Gary. I'm gonna try.
Okay.
I'm mad.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. And when you do call me, I would want you to share how you feel with the current insecurity situation. Does it make you feel depressed in any way? Are you always anxious that something wrong or something bad might happen? For instance, you're on your way to where should I mention?
Maybe
You're
work?
in interstate now.
Okay. Work?
Traveling to another community.
Oh, okay.
Does it come to your head? What if these people attack our boss
People
now?
are actually scared.
Yes.
Yes, people are actually
Does
scared.
it happen? I want to know.
Even
and then
even as security officials, now people are of the opinion that they are actually somehow related to these people. That they have some kind of links.
My
with these
goodness.
individuals.
My mind. I don't even know what else to say.
Hello, good morning.
Hello? Yeah, good morning, my good people in the studio.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name remains Comrade Frank from Works Layout.
Okay.
You're welcome.
Frank, you're welcome.
Well done, my good people.
Thank
My
you.
good presenters in the studio.
Go
Thank
ahead,
you.
please.
Yeah, really, honestly, it's so bad and so tragic. Honestly, concerning the situation in which we find ourselves today. Several times, for years now, have been echoing it, begging all our politicians, honestly, begging them, pleading them, to have a roundtable discussion, way forward, to secure our 5 Southeast states. Mainly here in Imo State, our own state, because we have no other state than Imo. I have been saying it several times. You see them with their convoy filled up with security, without minding, thinking of their fellow citizens. How is their life? And several times you pass in the street of Owerri, you see security men not well properly dressed, happening for you to identify who is known and who is unknown. These are the things which we find in our society today. We are calling those who are responsible, honestly, to assist, to checkmate, to rearrange, to repackage our security system and our security agents. Honestly, like yesterday, witness.
Are you there, Comrade Frank? Oh, a sincere apologies, but thank you so much. You have made your point and we understand you. For people who just tuned in, this is Health Revolution, your daily tonic for healthy living. And we're trying to link the insecurity situation in Imo in Nigeria to how it affects us mentally. Psychiatrists have raised the alarm that if nothing is done about it, we'll have more Nigerians coming down with mental illness. And just in the wake of this particular news, yesterday night, some people were attacked at Eziobodo here in Imo State. Go to our Facebook page and you'll see videos. So we are not saying these things because we want to talk. Oh, ihe mereni, Abi? That's how they say it. Yes, it happened. Okay, more calls.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah. Good morning, the Don.
Hey, good morning, Kachisin.
Yeah. Good morning, the Lindiva.
Hello, Kachisin, you are welcome.
Yeah, thank you. My name is Kachisin Ekuha. I am calling from my community, Owerri West local government. Yeah, Slim Diva, you know that Owerri West is my place. And it's very unfortunate that what happened yesterday happened in my LGA.
Wonderful.
Yes, it's very sad. But I want to say that I want to say and confirm that the message you read earlier from somebody from Eziobodo is a first-hand information. Yes, because I was following up. And then, but I want to also confirm that nobody was killed.
Okay, but people were injured. People were injured.
People were injured, yes, but nobody were killed.
What's the difference? Kachisin, sorry. What's the difference from someone who has a life-threatening injury already than someone who has died? What's the difference?
The difference is that one who has a life-threatening injury can still recover from it. That is the big difference.
Okay,
but
go
I
ahead.
want to also refute, because when things happen, people begin to plant a lot of fake news on social media. There was a particular video trending where bikemen we are riding with kids inside Futo University, and there was a gunshot.
No, that was fake. That was fake. I saw that.
Yes. I want to disabuse our minds on that particular one.
Yes, I'm aware.
So that is how people begin to bring a lot of news. So I want to also confirm, as the voice of the
local government chairman, because very soon now we will release a statement on that. So I want to also commend the LDA Central Security led by Emeko Holy Boy. At the instruction of the local government chairman, they mobilized to help the security vigilante of Ihiagba and Eziobodo, who we are already on ground. And I want to also commend the police, that's the Ihiagba Police Division, led by the DPO, as well as the Nigerian Army, Obinze Division, who also reinforced. I want to say that the vigilante, they slept there. They came back around 4 a.m. When they came back, the CSO called me to brief me. They came back around 4 a.m. So we must commend their proactiveness. They responded so quick. So I want to commend them.
Okay.
But while we are praying that something doesn't befall over the West again, the West is very peaceful.
So how do your people feel, Kachisin? That's the basis of our conversation. How do they feel? Are they scared? Because I also got information that many of them started running out of Eziobodo due to fear.
It is a normal thing, the Slim River. When something happens, the residents will be afraid. That is the normal thing. But I want to assure you that we are calling for calm. The security team, they are very much active. And the LGA chairman have mobilized them the more in terms of bullets and the rest of it.
It's okay. It's okay. Thank you so much, Kachisin.
Yes, thank you very much.
I appreciate.
Anyone from now, we will do a press statement. I will send it across to you from the local government chairman of Owerri West.
It's noted. It's noted. Okay. Thank you, Kachisin. So much. Kachisin has said it, and he has also, I read out a statement, right?
Yeah.
Before we started off, and I told you that I had a reliable source who told me that the local vigilante and youths in the area promptly confronted the situation.
Yeah.
And then he also gave credit to the police and army.
Yes.
So we are not saying that they did not do their job. They tried from the information that we have at our disposal. But my concern is the after effects of the attack on the mental health of these people, including me. I am not from Eziobodo, but I am scared to my bone marrow. Don.
Yes, now.
I'm scared to my bone marrow.
It was happening in Kwara and in Borno. We were actually feeling it.
We were feeling it, but
not
somehow
now, it's now here.
We felt it was far. Now it's at our backyard. So let's not fail to give credit to the police, to the army, to the vigilante people, and the youths of Eziobodo.
And they should not relax.
Do not relax. And then that goes to show that if we all take security as our own matter,
yes,
I don't think these people will be able to penetrate.
Yes.
But let's focus on the after effects, okay?
Yeah.
That's why it is called health revolution. All right.
Hello?
Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
My name is Danny. I'm calling you from Owerri.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right, so I've been listening to the program quite well, but I really want to put in my own contribution to it.
Okay.
The after effect is actually what we are really talking about. Kachisin on his part is trying to do a damage control. It is well known for his own part. But the question you guys have been asking, the after effect, nothing as this will ever happen and people will sit down comfortably even that day and the next day. Never. So it is quite alarming that these people are actually creeping very close to us.
Jeez.
The distance between Eziobodo and the town itself is just quite a mile.
Yes.
So if they can attack Eziobodo, then that means those of us living in the township should be eyes open. Nobody should even sleep at all.
My goodness.
So the after effect is what we are really talking about. And kudos to the security men that actually swept into action.
Yeah.
I really give kudos to all of them. Please, they shouldn't relax.
Yeah.
If these guys can carry out this attack, who knows when they might actually carry it another time, because we all know how these people behave. They never relent when they've gone for one. They always want to come back another time. And they are coming back another time is very disastrous.
Oh my God.
So please, for this very one, I like the way you guys are sounding out the notice, calling everybody involved and making sure that all ears and all hands are on deck. Please, the governor himself should please pay special attention to this effect. The aftermath is what we are really talking about. We really want to be sleeping comfortably and not want to be running around even when there's a knock on our roof, not even what we are thinking.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for your time.
Thank
and
you
I
so
really
much.
appreciate
Thank
I
you.
appreciate you as well for listening. It's because of you that I am here, that we are here every morning at 11 a.m. to talk about burning issues as it concerns our health and well-being. Kachisin sounds more like a politician. I give it to him. I've been telling you, Kachisin,
he's
that
optimistic.
yes, when you go there, finally, you will do very well. And the last caller says you're trying to do damage control. However, the after effect is something we cannot run away from. Okay? So the doctor I quoted actually talked about key predisposing factors for mental illness. He says we have key predisposing factors and we also have precipitating factors. We will try to break these things down so you understand the difference between the two. For the predisposing factors, that's where genetics come in, family history come in, right? And a family history of mental illness will increase the risk of someone else coming down, someone in that lineage coming down with mental illness, right? That is also under the predisposing factor. We have early life trauma, advanced experiences, childhood abuse, physical, emotional, sexual abuse, neglect. All of these things fall under the predisposing factors for mental illness. If someone goes through these traumatic experiences, there is every tendency that he or she might develop a mental health disorder in the long run. Another predisposing factor is your biological and brain chemistry. It has to do with the neurotransmitters and the way your brain functions, the abnormalities that come with your brain, brain injury and all of those things. And then you have chronic environmental stress, living in poverty, social isolation, loneliness, poor housing, chronic unemployment. These are all predisposing factors for mental illness. But our focus today is not on the predisposing factor. It's on the precipitating factors.
Those things around us.
And these precipitating factors, if I bite my mouth down.
Calm down. We understand. Calm down.
Oh my goodness.
These
precipitating factors for mental illness are very specific. Often acute events or stressors that trigger the onset of mental health condition in someone who is already vulnerable. These factors could come up in such a person. Sudden environmental changes. I'm trying to link it to what we are talking about. Now you have kidnapping.
That environmental change.
Trauma from insecurity. These are precipitating factors for mental illness. Go and do more research. This is a typical example.
A very typical example.
So what this means in actual sense is that you have someone who doesn't have mental illness in their family. Someone who has not undergone any childhood traumatic experience. All of a sudden you have grown up, you are now an adult, and insecurity happens, strikes. Bandits attack your community. Your loved ones are kidnapped, and you start to develop mental illness. So none of us is free.
None.
That's the after effect.
None.
Let's take more calls.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Hello. Good morning. Who are we speaking with?
My name is Comrade Mike.
Okay.
I'm calling from Iagua.
Oh, Comrade Mike, you're welcome.
Iagua is close to Eziobodo, right?
Yes.
Go ahead, please.
I'm so happy for EcoFM for this opportunity. And I am really touched by the question you're asking because I fell a victim of this circumstance.
Okay.
I was a victim of this kidnapping 3 years ago.
Oh my God.
It was only God that saved me. And as I'm talking to you, that trauma is still very, very real in my memory. Anywhere I go, sometimes I'm always very scared. I don't drive on a lonely road because of the incident, what I experienced in the hands of those kidnappers. But I give glory to God, just like since we are alive, we have every reason to thank God. But the experience was not very good.
Oh my God!
I just have to testify as someone that has experienced
Something like that.
Truly, Iyagwa and the environment is not safe. It attracts security. In fact, there are security agencies that are supposed to be up and doing so that they can put a stop to this mess. It's really happening on a low.
Hi.
Sometimes people are not aware of it. I thank God. If not that bringing of this program, many people will not be aware.
Very true.
It happened.
Yes.
So it happened. Mine happened in front of Futo Front Gate. Futo Front Gate. That is where I was kidnapped. I was driving my car. I was shot and dragged out from my car into the bush.
My God.
I stayed there until they emptied my accounts.
Oh.
It was the following day that I was released
Oh,
by the special grace of God.
Oh, no. Oh,
So,
no. I'm so
that is-
sorry. Comrade Mike, we're so sorry
sorry.
you had to go through all of that, okay? And this is not something that can wipe off your memory in the
At
nearest
all.
1 year or 2 years.
Actually,
No.
3 years.
Yeah.
So I want you to please take it easy and just be prayerful. That's all I have to tell you. And try to protect your mental health, okay?
Yeah, no problem.
Thank
you
you.
so
Thank you so much. And there you have someone who has called in to share first-hand information. This one happened to him.
Broad daylight.
Did you hear it on social media? No. That means that there are so many happening every day that we do not even know about. Remember the young boy that was kidnapped at Futo? Just, it's not been long. I can't remember the particular week. But they had to demand for ransom. I don't even know what else to say. In fact, that Futo Road alone is an eyesore. The last time I went there, I told myself, never. Not to talk of people living. Imagine if there is a security situation there. Before security agents would drive through that road, those people would have finished whatever they want to do and they would leave. Except we have a helicopter that will now carry these people to that place. It's terrible what's going on, no. But we can no longer keep a blind eye to these things because the mental health of people is at stake.
Yes.
And the earlier we begin to put measures in place, the better for everybody. More calls, please.
Hello.
Yeah, hello. Good afternoon.
Yeah, good morning.
Sorry.
Yeah, no problem there. What's your name?
My name is Don, calling from Naze, number 1.
Oh, okay. Don, you're welcome.
Your own Don, is it D-O-N? Let's differentiate.
Don't know well.
Don't know well. All right,
Yeah.
go ahead.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Actually, I graduated from Puto, and I knew how that environment used to be.
Okay.
And in recent times, I had also visited that area. See, what's happening, like the previous caller rightly said, it has been happening on a low key.
Hi.
And I can tell you that this is a calculated coup against the people.
Oh, my God.
When we have institutions who calculatedly ignore the callings, the yearnings of the people, when we have a government that should have given this a statewide response, this incident calls for massive response from the state if actually the government is sincere in protecting the lives and property of its people. So it is better we call a spade and come to the reality of where we have found ourselves. Whether we like it or not, this thing is changing the populace forever.
Okay.
When we were kids, we never had the sound. I never knew how AK-47 sounded. I never knew how or what it would be like to detonate a bomb. But today, these things, when they happen, we feel they are knockouts. That has changed our psyche forever.
Yeah.
The people of Eziobodo, Ihiagwa, and by extension, Nekede, because Nekede has a boundary with Ihiagwa.
Ah, okay.
Yes. And it continues to extend. Listen, Imolites will never be the same again if this continues. So the earlier every institution of the media, everybody should escalate this and get the government to stand on their feet and do the needful. Otherwise, the government can also be said to be complicit to this. Because if you ignore your duties, that means you are complicit. I rest my case. Thank you very much.
Thank you
Thank
so
you,
much,
Don
Don.
Noel. We appreciate you. And that let's not forget the after effect of insecurity in Osu, Olu, Okigwe. Let me shock you. Do you know that at some point people have reached out to me and they've said, oh, we have some events happening in Osu and we want you to come and cover. And I look at myself, I say, what did you just mention? And the person says, Osu. And I say, oh, okay, let me see what I can do. And then I sit down and I calculate and I think and I ask myself,
Is it possible?
is this going to be possible? And then I advise, I advise myself. Why? We all know what happened or what has been going on in some of these local government areas. So we cannot keep a blind eye. Somehow it's affecting me mentally. I cannot even pass through Olu without having some form of fear.
Yes.
Or even, what do they call it, Osu. I can't. Yes. Now imagine if something has to take me to Futo. Or, what do they call this community? Eziobodo. Do you think I will go with my full chest? No. I will not. That's the after effect. And that's what it does with your mental health. Okay.
Hello? Good morning.
Hello, good morning, Don.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You're welcome. Name and location.
Thank God you will pick my call.
You're welcome. Go ahead
I am
quickly.
Mama Biggie. Mama Biggie.
Okay,
Mama
Biggie, you're
Biggie.
welcome.
How far now?
Nah, not very well. All these things you people are talking. You know, we are also close to the Iawa. Naked, we are still naked now. In the night, you can't sleep well. You just leave one eye open and one eye closed.
You see?
And my brothers and my relations, they are staying at that place. I've called them this morning.
Oh, my God.
To confirm how they say it's real, but they are not affected. I thank God for them. Almost 5 people, like this 6 people. One of our family is there.
Oh,
the whole family, both mother and children.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
So you people should pray for us because it's close to us.
All right.
And this our environment here. All these Hausa people, they are very full here.
Don't I don't want you to be specific about a tribe. We can just refer to the people who are actually causing this problem as bandits.
But don't be some of us will follow them all. Is it not people that bring them in? Do they know road?
All right. Don't worry. That will be a talk for another day, Mama Biggie.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Have a nice day.
You too.
Thank you. I'm fine. Thank you.
All right.
Welcome back.
Did you see how Barry sounded yesterday? Nobody is talking about it. Like vulture where rain beats. Not the me talking. Okay. I wish you could take more calls, but let's take messages on WhatsApp.
Okay, Dr. Mrs. Umma Olebara, it is really traumatizing. That is how my elder brother, Dr. Finney, that came back from USA, was kidnapped and shot. And after ransom was paid, he was released but couldn't survive it. I thank God that my mom survived it up till now.
Our sincere apologies, our condolences as well, Dr. Mrs. Umma Olebara. I'm so sorry. Okay, this one is for Barry and Dawn.
Okay.
Let me see if there's what's going on. I'm trying to see if there's any other message underneath. Okay, and this one says, Bonjour, Mary and Princess Dawn Ekoma. You look beautiful this morning.
Thank you.
Ejike Ogbonna radiating from Izombe. You see that your village, not the type am again. Don't type it again. You're radiating from Izombe. And he says, Mary, honestly, the level of insecurity in Nigeria is nothing to write home about and is affecting us mentally. People sleep with one eye open and we want... Okay, do have a blessed day. Thank you so much. I'm trying to see if we have more messages on WhatsApp before we go over to tell you.
Just one more.
Do we have one more?
Yeah.
Okay. Down. No. Okay.
Down.
All right. So hold this. Try to get through to that while I want to give out some coping mechanisms, okay, according to research. practical tips on how you can manage your mental health during times of insecurity and banditry. Number 1 on the list is that you should try as much as you can to protect your psychological health.
Yes.
Limit media exposure. In as much as most of these stories are true, some fake videos would also circulate. So you don't have to watch all of those things. In fact, try as much as you can. If you can, just go off social media for a while. It helps. And filter the original news from the fake news. Another thing is try to normalize your feelings. Recognize that fear, anger, and anxiety are normal responses to abnormal situation. So you have to try to normalize it a little bit so that when you have excessive anger in you, you don't allow it to affect you.
Yeah.
Just see it that, okay, now life where all of us come now, these things must definitely happen. Practice self-compassion. Be patient with yourself. Healing from trauma takes a long time. There might be bad days, okay? But don't let it reignite that trauma in you. So always speak to yourself. Have been kidnapped before, but hopefully it will not happen again. I am going to come out of this. None of my loved ones will be kidnapped. We will not be killed by armed bandits. Keep speaking to yourself. And then another one is that you should focus on what you can control. The actual sense is that many of us cannot control all of these things going on. That's why we have anxiety issues. So when you hear of insecurity, you hear that people have been killed at Eziobodo, you are anxious. My community is Iagwa. My community is naked. What happens if these people come? You're tensed and you are over anxious and anxiety will creep in. Just tell yourself that the only thing you can control is what is within your power. Whatever is not within your power, pray about it. I also believe in meditation. Okay? And then, in fact, I don't know what else to say. However, try to stay vigilant.
Yeah.
Be very vigilant. If you see something, say something. Be calm. And have a routine. For instance, you already know that insecurity thrives mostly towards the night. At least by 6, 7, you should be in your house. I don't know if you understand. Most of us are lucky enough. We have fences, high walls. It's not as open as some of the houses you see in the northern part of the country where you have the environment very porous, open. They don't even have fences covering those houses. And that's why these bandits quickly strike. So if you live in such a house, somehow, to some extent, you are protected. Once it's 7 p.m., close your gates. At least, even if they want to attack you and your family, they will suffer small. Before they go fly fence.
At least you would have protected
yourself. Either you have, yes, that reminds me. The houses we build these days, we no longer have back door. Have you noticed?
Yeah, some
Majority
houses.
of the modernized houses that we have, no more exit door. It's just the entrance door. So if someone is attacking at the front, you don't have where to run to. These are the things we need to put into consideration. Put measures in place so that if anything happens, you have an escape route. Don't wait until the day it happens. If now your window where protector full, find a way where you go to make us so if something happens, you can pass through. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. And then don't isolate yourself. Oh my God, it's usually very, very difficult when you've been kidnapped or a loved one has been attacked due to insecurity. You find it difficult to come out. Isolation exacerbates fear. So try to talk, speak up, okay? Share your stress, share your body with people. It will help calm you mentally. Seek support. And practice deep breathing exercises. Seek professional counseling. If it's too much for you to handle, you can no longer take it. Go see a psychiatrist or a counselor or a psychologist, or just talk to your doctor or your nurse. They will direct you on the right people to talk to. Let's go, please. We have said enough. Don, your last words.
I think at this point now, we don't have any enemy anymore. the only enemy we have is the bandits itself. So at this point in time, we need each other. We need one another. We need to be very, very meticulously apt to ensure that any slightest sound or anything we see that comes across us or around us or even far away from us, please ensure that we actually call the right source immediately. And as long as this whole thing, we begin to help ourselves by the special grace of God, everything will turn out fine by God's special grace.
Amen. Oh, I say a big amen to that
Amen.
prayer. Yes. And that's all for today. Prioritize self-care. Take care of your mental health. Do what you have to do to ensure that all of these things happening around us does not affect you mentally. My name is Mary Omeniwo. They call me the Slim Diva. You're most adorable.
And I am Judge Dawn Akoma.
Thank you, DJ Mas. Up next in few seconds is the news. Stay tuned.
Echo FM. It's the sound of the city. Echo 100.7.
This week to help those in need.
If you know that it's God Almighty that created you and created we Nigerians like you need to do good things for us because the masses are suffering. How you can suspend me here? Are we your slaves?
And I'm going to win this election. That is the truth.
Stay informed with Echo FM 100.7. Join us for exclusive interviews with experts, breaking updates on local and global events, and in-depth coverage of issues impacting our community. Tune in every weekday at 6:30 a.m., 12 noon, 2 p.m., and 6 p.m. for our major news bulletin in English, Igbo,
people, this is not story time. On top Echo
and Pidgin language. For more inquiries, you can reach us through our email, echofm@thekingmail.com. You can follow us on our social media handles at Echo FM. Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. We are the Fresh News People. It's the news at noon on Echo FM 100.7.
Good afternoon to you. This is the Global News at Noon right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri, the station with fair and balanced reporting. My name is Mary Omeniwo, bringing you the latest news and breaking stories around the world. Here are the headlines. Federal government clarifies reports on 40% peculiar allowance for civil servants. Akpabio pushes for collaboration to transform agric sector. Dangote rejects NNPC offer to increase stake in refinery. On the foreign scene, U.S. lawmakers bill seeks mandatory Sharia rejection by immigrants. And Lebanon and Israel to hold new talks in Washington as ceasefire nears end. And on sports news, scientists warn FIFA over extreme heat risk ahead of 2026 World Cup. Details shortly. And news reaching us says the Office of the Head of the Civil Service of the Federation has clarified reports regarding the approval of a 40% peculiar allowance for federal civil servants. In a statement by the Director of Press and Public Relations, Mrs. Eno Olotu, the office stated that it neither approved nor conveyed the approval of the allowance to the Joint National Public Service Negotiating Council or any labor union. Olotu stated that the statutory responsibility for issuing and communicating such circulars was with the National Salaries, Income and Wages Commission. She explained that the circular being circulated in the media was issued by the NSIWC on April 23, 2026. According to Olotu, the meeting convened by the head of the Civil Service of the Federation on Tuesday was strictly interventionist and conciliatory. She also noted that the federal government approved a 10 billion naira housing loan scheme aimed at expanding access to affordable home ownership opportunities for civil servants. According to her, the office is committed to fostering peaceful labor relations and sustaining collaborative engagement with stakeholders toward maintaining industrial harmony in the federal civil service. Meanwhile, the Senate President Godswill Akpabio has stressed the need for more synergy amongst the federal government, academia, researchers, financial institutions, development partners, technology experts, agribusiness investors, and farmers, with a view to transforming food insecurity into agricultural abundance in Nigeria. He made the call in his keynote address at the Maiden National Legislative Summit and Expo on agricultural colleges and institutions. Represented by the Deputy Senate Majority Leader Issa Ashiru, Akpabio explained that the future of agriculture would not be determined merely by hoes and cutlasses, but by research, technology, mechanization, and knowledge-driven productivity. He therefore stated that the National Assembly remained committed to supporting initiatives that will promote food security, rural development, youth employment, and agricultural industrialization. And on to other stories. Workers' Union of the West African Examinations Council, WAEC, in Nigeria have commenced a 3-day nationwide protest over unresolved welfare issues and alleged unfair labor practices. The protest, organized by the Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions, began at the WAEC National Office in Yaba, Lagos, with parallel actions held at the regional and state offices nationwide. The action followed the expiration of a 7-day ultimatum issued by NASU's national leadership to WAEC's management over 9 key demands, including alleged irregular recruitment practices and poor staff welfare conditions. WAEC Nigeria, alongside 4 other member countries, is currently conducting the 2026 May-June West African Senior School Certificate Examination with 1,959,636 candidates from 24,207 schools participating nationwide. The head of National Office of WAEC Nigeria, Dr. Amos Dangote, expressed confidence in the smooth conduct of the examination, assuring stakeholders that measures had been put in place to avert a recurrence of glitches recorded in the 2025 edition, when some candidates reportedly wrote papers late into the night. And over to Ogun State, where the Transmission Company of Nigeria has announced the planned 6-hour power outage affecting several communities in Ogun State. According to a statement released by TCN on its X handle, the outage is due to scheduled maintenance on the 40 MVA 13233 kV power transformer at the McPherson Transmission Substation. The maintenance exercise will take place between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m. as engineers carry out preventive routine checks aimed at ensuring the continued efficiency and reliability of the transformer. As a result of the exercise, the Ibadan Electricity Distribution Company will be unable to supply electricity to customers in McPherson, University, and Ogun areas during the maintenance period. If you just joined us, you're listening to the Global News at Noon right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. Here's a recap of the headlines. Federal government clarifies reports on 40% peculiar allowance for civil servants. Akpabio pushes for collaboration to transform agric sector. Dangote rejects NNPC offer to increase stake in refinery. And U.S. lawmakers bill seeks mandatory Sharia rejection by immigrants. And Lebanon and Israel to hold new talks in Washington as ceasefire nears end. And on sports news, scientists warn FIFA over extreme heat risk ahead of 2026 World Cup. Details after this break. Please stay tuned.
In today's world where we are, there are many children living with different disabilities such as autism, developmental delay, Down syndrome, cerebral palsy, intellectual disability, physical disability, and as many cases as you can imagine. Children of such living with those disabilities should again be treated with the same equal right, just as every other child. No child deserves to be treated differently or called an imbecile because they have a disability. Rather, we should be more informed. There are lots of advices or information in relation to different disabilities. If you have any concerns that your child might be suffering from any kind of disability that you are not sure of, do not give it a term. Do not call it someone that is an imbecile. Do not say that your child is mentally deranged. Rather, I will ask that you seek for help. There are many opportunities out there for people living with disabilities, and they should be treated specially. They are children with special needs and shouldn't be treated differently. You can reach Kids in Motion on 0701 063 2627 0701 063 2627. If you have any more questions or if you would like to know what support we have in place for kids with disabilities, my name remains Chief Lady Maureen Kingsley, audio number co-CEO Echo FM 100.7 and co-CEO the King Group of Companies. Thank you.
Feels good to know you're still there. This is the Global News at Noon right here on Echo FM 100.7 Owerri. Over now to the rest of the news. In business news, the president of Dangote Group, Alhaji Aliko Dangote, has stated that the group rejected request by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited, NNPCL, to increase its 7.25% stake in Dangote Petroleum Refinery. This comes as findings show that petrol supply from the $20 billion Lekki-based refinery rose to 3.118 billion liters in the first quarter of 2026, while imports fell sharply to 965.52 million liters. Further findings indicate that the average domestic ex-depot price from the Dangote refinery across January to March was about 1,000 naira per liter. This implies that the multi-billion-dollar plant supplied over 3.2 trillion naira worth of petrol domestically during the review period. Also, the war between the United States and Iran and its resultant disruption of the oil sector and other sectors has led to increased revenue for Dangote Refinery as the plant has raised its refined petroleum products exports. According to Dangote, the NNPC's offer to increase its 7.25% stake in the refinery was rejected because the company is planning to go public and give other Nigerians the opportunity to own shares in the plant. And over now to the foreign scene, where a United States Congressman, Barry Moore, has called for immigrants entering the country as religious workers to formally disavow Sharia law and pledge allegiance to the U.S. Constitution. Moore made the remarks in a post published on X while announcing the introduction of a proposed legislation titled the Crusade Act. Sharia law, which is derived from Islamic religious principles, is practiced in varying forms across several Muslim majority countries and communities worldwide. According to the lawmaker, the bill was aimed at preventing the promotion of religious doctrines that, in his view, conflict with American constitutional values. Earlier in the year, the United States began an assessment of Nigeria's compliance with international religious freedom owing to the mass persecution of Christians in the country. The move followed Nigeria's redesignation as country of particular concern by President Donald Trump following what he termed persecution of Christians in the country. And still on the foreign scene, Lebanon and Israel are to hold new peace talks in Washington as their latest ceasefire considered to be in place despite hundreds of deaths in Israeli strikes nears its end. On the eve of the negotiations, Lebanon's health ministry stated that 22 people, including 8 children, were killed on Wednesday as Israel intensified its airstrikes. The attacks pounded about 40 locations in Lebanon's south and east, according to reports. The two nations last met on April 23 at the White House, where U.S. President Donald Trump announced a 3-week ceasefire extension and voiced optimism for a historic agreement. Trump, at the same time, made a bold prediction that within the latest ceasefire period, he would welcome Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu and Lebanese President Joseph Aoun to Washington for a historic first summit between the countries. Israel has vowed to keep pursuing attacks against Hezbollah, the Shia armed group and political movement backed by Iran's ruling clerics, despite the ceasefire. And lastly, in the world of sports, scientists and climate experts have warned that players and fans could face dangerous heat conditions during the 2026 FIFA World Cup, urging FIFA to strengthen its safety measures before the tournament begins. As reported in an open letter signed by medical experts, climate researchers, and sports scientists, the group called on FIFA to adopt stricter heat protection standards proposed by the FIFPro, which is the Global Football Players Union. The experts warned that rising temperatures across the United States, Canada, and Mexico, the 3 host nations for the 2026 tournament, could place athletes and spectators at serious risk. The concerns come after new analysis by the World Weather Attribution Group found that around 1/4 of World Cup matches could be played in temperatures above 26 degrees Celsius, a key measure used to assess heat stress. A FIFA spokesperson stated that the organization would provide dedicated meteorological monitoring across the host cities using the WBGT readings and heat indexes to guide decision-making during its matches. And that's all for the global news this afternoon, brought to you from our news desk. For more information and inquiries, please visit our social media platform on Facebook at Echo FM and Echo FM 100.7 Owerri, X at Echo FM_Owerri, Instagram at Echo FM 100.7, and YouTube at Echo FM 100.7. You can listen to us anywhere in the world by visiting www.echofm.net. That is www.echofm.net. My name is Mary Omeniwode. Thank you for listening. Do have yourselves a lovely afternoon.
Echo FM. Sound of the city. Echo 100.7.
You love music? 100.7 music only on your favorite radio dial. Echo FM 100.